The Torah was dictated word by word, letter by letter, from Hashem to Moshe in Har Sinai for 40 days. What's the problem with this? Because you've heard this millions of times, but you never asked the important question. What's the problem with the Torah being dictated word by word, letter by letter to Moshe? Think about this. Is the golden calf written in the Torah? The sin of the golden calf, is it written in the Torah? Yes or no? Yes. Did this happen before God gave the Torah or after God gave the Torah? After, but it was already written. Yes? Oh, so what happened there? Did the sin of the spies, did this happen after God gave the Torah or before God gave the Torah? After. But it was already written, no? So how do you understand this? By the way, the whole entire Torah goes like this. Till the giving of the Torah, if God dictates, no problem, because Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, it already happened. Yes? But from then on, what you're dictating, Moshe is writing something, it's set on stone. So how do we have a choice? It's already written in the Torah that we're going to sin with the golden calf, right? So how do we understand this? So now listen to the answer. The answer is amazing. What did I say? It's really the Torah, 630 mitzvot, yes? Now, obviously, we have the 5 books, and it includes all of, but the Torah, when we say the Torah, means the 630 mitzvot. What happened? Our rabbis teach us that when Hashem gave the Torah to Moshe, he gave the whole entire Torah. But now, how could it be it doesn't take away free will? So now listen to this, right? Hashem dictated the Torah to Moshe without any spaces, but rather just letters, sort of how I speak. You understand? Word search. Now, is everything contained in those letters? Yes or no? Yes, but do you know what it's saying? No. So now, what would happen? Until the giving of the Torah, we already knew what happened, because it already happened. Hashem said to Moshe, put a space here, put a space here, put a space here, and it revealed what already was. But from the giving of the Torah onwards, Moshe still wrote it in Har Sinai, but he didn't know what he was writing, because he only wrote the letters. And then when we would choose, God would say to Moshe, put a space here, and he would reveal as we were living what was happening. But, right, it didn't take away our free will, because it was letters, and letters could say anything else. In case you haven't noticed in the Torah, the same word in different order or in different whatever could say millions of things, right? Because really, it could have finished at any point. The letters could have just been like a love letter. It could have finished at any point. But because we kept on choosing, history kept on happening, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because this is huge. So the Torah was given, and that's very important, but the letters could have meant anything else. And I prove this to you from the Torah, yeah? One second. But we are the ones that make the choice and therefore kept the story going. Because what is the Torah? The Torah is the 613 mitzvot. They happen no matter what, right? They don't depend on how we behave, we don't behave. This is what the Torah is. This is the blueprint of creation. So then Hashem would say to Moshe, put a space here, put a space here, put a space here. And it would reveal whatever we were doing, right? This is why, by the way, I don't know if you ever heard of this concept. If you've never heard of this concept, you should for sure Google this, okay? I mean, this is not why you believe in God. But if you look at this, there's no way you cannot believe in God. There's this thing called Bible codes. Has anyone ever heard of Bible codes? Okay, if you've never heard of this, Bible codes. What they do is that you put the whole entire 5 books of Moshe without any spaces, just as Hashem gave it, only letters, right? So now, why am I telling you? I'm telling you that the Torah needs to contain everything that was, will be, could have been, right? Any option, yes? What they found is that, let's say you're looking for a keyword. Let's say you're looking for Sima. So Sima appears in the Torah in many different places, but it needs to have the same arithmetic progression between the letters. Let's say between the Samech and Yud, there's 50 letters with the Mem, 50 letters. They found out that around that word, there are many other words with that same arithmetic progression. And all of them are telling you stuff about Sima, but you wouldn't have known because you don't know what to look for. They found this, like for example, how did they found it? In the first book of the Torah, if you count from the first Taf, yeah? Or the first Aleph, every 50 letters, it builds the word emet. They did it again in Shmot, emet. Vaikra, emet. What's the probability that this would happen every 50 letters? By the way, if you check this out, they found out things that are crazy. Like, it's a long story how to explain all of this stuff, but like, for example, they found out about Yitzhak Rabin. Around it, it said where he was going to be killed, how he was going to be killed, what kind of weapon they were going to use. Everything. Now, they found out everything is in the Torah. That's why I'm telling you, Google, because it sounds very weird unless you read about this. But what is the point? The point is because really the Torah contains all of the wisdom in the world. And therefore, everything is in it. Now, we don't know what to look for unless it happens, right? But letters could mean anything. Letters could mean everything. That's exactly the point that it's telling you. Because letters they could just end up in any way, with any progression, with any whatever. You have this whole thing. If anyone wants, I have a whole book about it. But again, you could see it online. And also, if you ever go to Waze, you could find this out, right? So now, yes?
I was asking, I think you kind of answered it though. So it was all already written, and then as things happened, they added spaces?
Spaces, just the space. Meaning it was already written, because if not, you could just say, oh, it's like you finish a book and then you change your mind, so you want to add more. No, you need to know that it was already written, right? It's not that God changed his mind or added something or taken away something. No, because the Torah is a 630 mitzvot. You know, the letters could have been adding, like, something about the mitzvah. It didn't need to be the fact that we spied, because really, it's, let's say, the sin of the spies, right? That's why we stayed 40 years extra in the desert, yes? So if we wouldn't have sinned, we wouldn't have stayed 40 years extra in the desert. You understand? So half of that part of us being in the desert wouldn't have been. Yes, think about this. The whole book of Bamidbar, it's talking about what we did in the desert wouldn't have existed, right? That's why, let me show you a very, very cool part in the Torah. So now, it would be amazing if you check this out on your Chumash, but in case you don't check this out in the Chumash, I'm going to show you something cool. In Chumash Bamidbar, right, in the book of Bamidbar, there is a parasha called Beha'aloteha. Now, if you ever read this, check in the Hebrew, because you're not going to see this in the English. There are two pesukim that are very weird in parasha Bamidbar. Very weird. How are they weird? They're included in these two brackets that look like inverted nuns. A nun looks like this, yes? Okay? The brackets are, the Torah calls it inverted nuns. So now, obviously, God does not put things in brackets just because this is not like math, elements, compounds, this, that, whatever. Why do you have things in brackets? I'm going to tell you these pesukim in a second. They're very famous pesukim, right? So the whole Torah asks a big question. Why is this happening, right? Now, there's a Gemara that says that the Torah doesn't have 5 books, but rather 7. This is what the Gemara says. What are the 7 books? Check this out. Bereshit, Shmot, Vaikra, Bamidbar till here, that's 4. These 2 pesukim are a book of their own. Bamidbar from here till the end, that's 6. And Devarim is 7. Yeah? Why is the Torah putting them on brackets? To tell you they're a book on their own. Now, we obviously say there are 5 books on the Torah, but obviously the Gemara is coming to tell you something much deeper. Really, this should have been the 5th book of the Torah. But why are they brackets? To show you they would have been a book on themselves. They would have finished here, but it didn't finish here because we blew it. That's why I'm going to tell you why they're in inverted nuns. And therefore, history kept on happening. But God pauses it, like freezes that moment to tell you, right? This is what could have been, but didn't was because you make a mistake. Everyone know what I just said? Why are these pesukim? So open up your Chumash, you'll see this. Parasha Beha'aloteha is telling you about how they're lighting the menorah, which represents the building of the Beit HaMikdash, right? And all of the nations of the world are coming underneath God. And Yitro, the famous convert of the Torah, is coming with the Jewish people. The Torah says this is telling you what's going to happen when Mashiach is coming, right? But what did I say before? Mashiach could come in every generation, no? That was there. They're doing the light, the menorah, which means eternal, right? The menorah in the Torah in the Beit HaMikdash was always lit. They're ready for being eternal. They're ready to build. Everyone is walking. They're going to enter right there, Eretz Israel, build the Beit HaMikdash, or not even build, but like they already had the Beit HaMikdash. It was the Mishkan. The Mishkan in itself, it's greater than the Beit HaMikdash. I'm not going to go into details about this, but this is why, there was a whole thing. And they're ready to do everything. And these two Pesukim tell you these two famous Pesukim. V'inso Aaron, Vayomer Moshe, and it was when the Aaron was moving, and Moshe said, Kum Hashem v'yafutzu oivea, wake up, God, and push away your enemies, right? Which is pretty much what's going to happen when Mashiach comes, right? And then what happened? They're ready for Mashiach, they're ready for the finish, Hashem is going to push everyone away. And the next pasuk says, and it was that the Jewish people were complaining, because ta. Yeah, this is the next pasuk. And it was that the Jewish people were complaining. So the Kli Yakar says, amazing thing. You know what this is? This is two pesukim that are reminding you that it could have finished, but then you started complaining. Like the story could have ended up here. We see the story. There was a whole build-up, right? We were ready for Mashiach. All of the steps happened, and we were ready. But what happened? Next pasuk, we complain. You know why they are inside of these brackets that are actually inverted nuns? And the Kli Yakar says, I don't know if it's a Kli Yakar, I don't remember. And it says, why? Because we inverted the two famous nuns that we said in the Torah. What are the two famous nuns we said in the Torah? I taught this to you. Naaseh v'nishma. You inverted them. You went against what you said. You said, God, I love you so much, I'm willing. But then you were complaining. And it's amazing if you look at it in the Chumash, because it's telling you, this is one proof that it could have just ended here. And what would have happened with all of Bamidbar and all of the Barim? It wouldn't have happened. Because really, pretty much, it could have just happened anywhere. Because by the time you already have the Torah, history could finish at any point. I don't need millions of people to live in order to achieve the purpose for which I created them. Right? I just need one person to achieve the purpose, and that's it. Right? So this is one of I just wanted to show you a crazy part in the Torah, wherever we could see this. Great. What?
So is that built-in free will, basically? So if we had not complained or not whatever, that would have been...
That would have been pretty much the ending. Yeah, because it's talking already about it's like a build-up. It's pretty much talking about what Mashiach was. Technically speaking, Moshe could have been Mashiach.
Because it seems like if it was already written but without spaces, there's not free will.
No, because you wouldn't have noticed it. You would have just kept on going. Only because they put it on these brackets, you were like, oh, tata. If not, you would have just thought okay, and they were going, and Moshe said these nice things, and then they were complaining. But no, when they put it into brackets, you're like, wait, freeze. Do you understand what these two pesukim means? It means it could have ended here. It means look at where they were, and it was you're here, and then you're at the bottom. You understand? But if not, that's pretty much all of our lives. You just keep on going all of the time, and you never stop to think, unless God puts it in a bracket and shows you, look at what could have happened. You understand?
But if Moshe got the whole Torah, so it says when it's going to die and everything, even though we can't understand it, it seems like there was no free will, for the spies, for this,
No, so that's what I'm saying. It didn't have space. So really, the whole thing of the spies wasn't written as the spies. It was just letters. It could have been something different. Exactly. It could have also been okay, let's say the story finishes here, but God already gave the 5 books, right? But it could have been the whole last book was just how do you call it when you read a book? A thank you, appendix. It could have been that it could have, I don't know. I can't tell you what it could have been because it is what it is, right? But we see it again with the rest of Tanakh also. The rest of the Bible, like the book of Shoftim, the book of Shmuel, all of that, they also tell you the same thing. The story keeps on happening because we keep on making mistakes, but none of that needs to exist because the Torah already contains everything.